Okay, we've talked about the different properties of parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines have the same slope, perpendicular lines have slopes which are negative reciprocals of each other. And we talked about how a negative reciprocal means that you grab the fraction, or you grab whatever the slope is, and if it's a whole number you write it as a fraction, you flip it and you change the sign. That's what we talked about with parallel and perpendicular lines before. Now we're going to have a chat about how we can actually find unknowns using that information. So if we look at this information, we're being asked a specific question here. We're being asked to find t. T is our unknown. So we have a set of points. We've got A, B, C and D. And we've been asked to find t if AB is parallel to CD. So geometrically that's saying we have a point here A that's connected to a point B. Okay. And we're being asked, is that parallel to CD? So we've got another point C, and we've got another point D. We're being told that yes, they are parallel, and what is T when they are parallel? So we've got D somewhere as well. And we don't know where D is, but we're trying to find where D is. We know that its X value is 4, but we don't know what its Y value is. Okay. So we've got to work out what the Y value of D is. So D is not there, that's just the X value of D. Which means that D lies somewhere along here somewhere, but we don't know exactly where. So we know that parallel, if we're doing A first, parallel implies the same slope. So we've got, I'm just going to rewrite the points to make it a bit easier. We've got A, which is 2, 3, B, which is negative 5, 4, C, we've got C, which is negative 3, 2, and we've got D, which is 4, T. Now, as soon as we hear the word parallel, we're immediately going to think slope, and the slope formula, which we know very well by now, is y2 take y1 over x2 minus x1. So if they're the same slope, that means the slope of this will equal the slope of that, because the slope of AB must equal the slope of CD because they're parallel. So let's just find the slope of both. If we're going to find the slope of AB, I'm going to call that x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. And then I'm going to find separately the slope of CD, calling this one x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. So I've got two different lines that I'm finding the slope of. But because I know they're parallel, I can say they're equal to each other. So if I find the slope of this one, it's going to be 4 minus 3, because it's going to be y2 take y1. It's going to be 4 here, minus 3 here. And on the x-axis, it's going to be negative 5 minus 2. x2 take x1. Over here, my x2 is 4. My y2 is actually t. So I'm going to have to go t minus 2, because that's y2 take y1, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is minus 3. And there we go. There we have it. Are two slopes equal to each other? Now we can just solve it. So 4 take 3 is 1, negative 5 take 2 is negative 7. That's going to equal t take 2. We can't make that any simpler because they're not like terms. 4 minus minus 3 is the same as 4 plus 3, which is 7. Then I'm going to cross multiply because I've got two fractions going on. So I'm going to multiply 7 by 1. And I'm going to multiply negative 7 by t take 2. So I'm going to end up with 7 equals negative 7 bracket t take 2. I'm going to rearrange that. 7 is equal to negative 7t plus 14, because it's negative 7 times t and then negative 7 times negative 2. If I take 14 from both sides, then I'm going to get 7 take 14, which is negative 7, equals negative 7t. And if I divide that by -7, I get t equals 1. So that tells me that for this to work, and for this scenario to work, and for these points to be parallel to each other, t must be equal to 1. If you plotted all those points on a graph, you would be able to see that. What about, however, if they're perpendicular? Well, we do exactly the same method. We just remember that perpendicular means something different. Perpendicular means the slopes are negative reciprocals. Okay, so the perpendicular implies slopes are negative reciprocals. So what that means is, if I write my points out again, we can't this time say that the slopes of each bit are equal to each other, because they're not. But what we can do is find the slope of this, do the negative reciprocal of it, and then equate that to the slope of CD. So we're going to find, I'm going to write some steps here which you can copy down. Alrighty, we've got these steps here, so please just pause the video for a second, copy them down. We need to find the slope of the known line. So we've got AB here, and we know those 2 points. We've got the coordinates of those 2 points. So we can find the slope of that. Then we can find the negative reciprocal of that slope by flipping it and changing the sign. Then we can equate that negative reciprocal to the slope of the other line. So that's going to be this line over here, and rearrange in order to find the unknown. So let's actually write that down. Let's do that. Find the slope of the known line. That's step 1. So the slope of AB, I'm going to write slope of AB, and when I'm writing AB, I put a little line over the top. That just signifies it's not a full line, it's just like a line segment between 2 points. And that's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now I'm going to call -5, 4, that's going to be my x2 y2, and my x1 y1 is going to be x1 y1. And so that's going to equal, slope of AB is going to equal y2, which is 4, minus x1, which is 3, over x2, which is -5, minus x1, which is 2. So that's going to actually equal -1 over -7, and so that's my slope of AB. So that's 0.1, that's step 1. Done. That's step 1. Now step 2 is to find the negative reciprocal, and we flip that and do that, we flip and change the sign. So I'm going to write this over here. So step 2, and you'd write it in a line, but I put the steps here, so I've sort of run out of room. So step 2, the negative reciprocal then is going to equal 7, which is 7 over 1. Now we need to equate that negative reciprocal, so this is step 3, we've done that now. Step 3, we need to equate that, so we need to equate 7 to the slope of the other line. So the slope of the other line, well, that's going to be y2 take y1, y2 for D is t, y1 for C is 2, and then x2 is 4, that's the x coordinate of D, and x1 is -3. So 7 is going to equal t take 2, take, in case you can't see it, let's split it up, t take 2 over 7. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7 because I want to get t on its own. So I'm going to get 49 equals t take 2, and then I'm going to add 2 to both sides, sorry, and so I get t equals 51. So in order for these lines to be perpendicular, according to my working out, as long as I haven't made any mistakes, the t has to equal 51.